we're getting into Hot Topic.
Okay.
Now, I want to talk about this because
I always think like Hot Pocket.
Hot Pockets. So over tourism versus economic benefit of a place. So where is the line between over tourism and it helping that place with economic benefit, right? Because if you try to push away all the tourism and places that are their economy is based on tourism, you don't want to turn it off completely, but you don't want to open up the floodgates and then you damage your place and it's over tourism. So I think that's an interesting debate where when is it when is it economically beneficial, but then do you allow over tourism?
I mean, I think we always talk about this. We always keep going back to the same country.
Yeah.
And it's Italy. And I think that's a perfect example of like the over tourism and what we've seen. I've been going to Italy now almost 30 years. And even when we first went together, I had already been there. But when we first went together in 2016, that was his first time there. You were still able, maybe not the Vatican, but that's always been crazy. Like you can't just walk up to the Vatican. You got to get there super early, which we had done. There was no Viator or tickets online. You had to get there by 6:30. So that's always been very crowded. But the Pantheon, we were just able to walk right in. We didn't have to pay. We walked in. We got to see it, the Trevi Fountain. It was crowded, and we were able to enjoy it. You were cordial. You waited to take your pictures, and then you kind of moved on. But then we went like within the last 2 years to bring, my father-in-law and some friends that had never been to Italy. And you can't just walk up to the Pantheon. You need to buy tickets. And you can't just buy tickets and walk in. You have to buy tickets for a specific time. And so we didn't know that, and we couldn't get the tickets to go in. So we weren't able to see the inside. And then at the time, the Trevi Fountain had signs, not knowing that as soon as we left, construction started to do a walkover path because they were getting ready for the 2025 Jubilee. And then our oldest went, and she had to walk over like construction scaffolding just to see it. And now you have to pay to see the Trevi Fountain.
Yeah,
which is so sad. And that's a perfect example of what we're saying. So it's great that they're getting tourism, but now I feel like all of these things that were just so beautiful and they were there and you can just walk by and pass by, it's so crazy. Now I have to go and pay to see the Trevi Fountain. I can't just walk in and...
Yeah, I'm not a fan
I'm
of it.
happy that they're getting that tourism. It's amazing, but...
But here's the thing, 10%, and some stats here, 10% of the world's GDP is tourism, which is insane. So that's 10% of the world's, economy basically is tourism, which is great because it creates jobs and what have you. But I mean, again, what sucks about countries that are really dependent on tourism is that, again, God forbid a pandemic happens, a natural disaster, something that will just shock, a war or, a war close by, that could really affect the economy because you're so dependent on that, and I think, I don't know, it's a crazy dance to dance, right? Like, for example, there's a Greek island of Zakynthos. I can't pronounce these.
Wait, the really pretty one? Let me see.
Yeah, the Greek island of Zakynthos. It recorded an overnight tourist stay that outnumbered residents 50-1. That's insane.
Yeah,
150-1. Sorry, 150-1. So for every local, there's 150 tourists. That's
and
crazy.
It's funny because I had known about it way before Instagram because I had gone to Greece back in 2005 and we were actually headed there and then it didn't work out. And then Pinterest and Instagram and all I saw was pictures of it. And then it seemed like it's like the place to be because it's Instagram. Yeah. It is really pretty.
But this next stat is what kills me.
Which one?
So basically, cruise tourists make up 73% of Venice visitors, but only spend 18% while they're in Venice. So they're day trippers. They're pretty much going in and coming out, and the cruisers that are just like spending 18% of it's insane. So
That's why they didn't
most
want
of
the
the
cruise
yeah
ships.
most of their tourism is the day
The
trip
day trip.
cruisers.
So that's why they started charging that fee in Venice. There is a fee that you need to pay, like a tourist fee, when you're visiting the lagoon. And if you're staying at a hotel, they already add it. You don't need to pay for it. So they do charge a fee. It's like $3 if you're going to be spending the day there. So, and they did that to detour, but it doesn't matter. Venice is just overly populated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, and to think about the construction, right? Like, I don't think they ever, when they designed that, like, never thought of the weight, like, think about it. That's also weight,
Yeah.
of all these people coming in there. It's insane. All right. So, Dubrovnik, again, I hate
The
saying
Dubrovnik, which
that.
I went to, it was the most magical place ever in 2005.
Yeah.
I was in love with this place. I could not believe how gorgeous it was. Boom, Game of Thrones films, and now overpopulation.
Yeah. It's 36 tourists per resident each year. It's crazy. It's insane. But basically, the good thing about it is that the tourism is helping fund historic preservation and restoration.
Yes. So when we went, they were still. It was beautiful, but not. There were still buildings destroyed from the Dalmatian War and all of that. So you're walking, it almost felt like ruins, but people were still working and living in these buildings. But like part of the building is gone. And it was beautiful. There was cats everywhere. They were projecting films on the wall in like a piazza, but the piazza was like broken. And it was just this beautiful, destruction about it. So I hope, maybe it has brought good to them.
I hope. But I think you need to limit. You need to limit it. So a couple of negative things that are happening with the over-tourism and all that is, from an economic standpoint, that all these high tourism places are increasing the cost of living in these towns, which, again, a lot of locals are not able to pay.
What happened in New York, Miami?
Yeah, it's happening everywhere. So that's another like negative. But some natural attractions now are capping visitors, which I like. So like one example here is Machu Picchu, or they're limiting visitors around 5,000 people per day.
Per day?
Per day.
They should even make less than that. 5,000 people is a lot of people.
That's not a lot of people. Like
5,000? That's a lot of people.
That's not a lot of people. Not for Machu Picchu.
I don't know. It's a lot.
Whatever. So
there you have it.
I know it. I think. Okay, whatever. So now you're making fun. Ciao, Galao. Go, make fun of me.
No, what were you gonna say?
No, I think that these hot places need to limit certain things, or I think people like us need to start highlighting other places that people should go visit, to kind of spread the tourism around. 'Cause I just feel like everybody's like, again, Japan is a hot one. Everybody goes to Japan. Like, I feel like people have become like Miamians, where like one thing comes up and everybody goes there, and it's just like, I hate that. Like, there's other things to see,
Very true.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for the banter.
I'm trying to be really nice.
I know, but I like you better mean now, because at least you talk to me.
Well, then say that to the.
I'm not going to say that. I'm going to edit this. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. There you have it.
Ciao, bacalao.
Ciao, bacalao. Subscribe, like, comment, keep watching, share with your friends, your grandma, your child, everything. We love you, and see you in like 5 minutes.
I don't know why. I